Okay, I'm going to do another quick video on some more material from the book True Master, right? Okay, with some of this material that we're talking about now, we're kind of getting into some of the material from self to others, just so we can give self to self stuff a little bit of context. So what I want to talk about today is stimulus versus noise, right? So as we get into self to others, we're going more in the direction of seeking your goals. A lot of the stuff in self to self is really foundational material that kind of makes this stuff work in a multitude of different ways. You can really have some fun with this stuff as far as attaining your goals, but you have to understand the foundational level of self to self for it even to make sense. So, okay, previously we talked about structures in the sense of like a structure with a maintenance cycle. We're talking about we use structures to control the energy. Now in self to others, in this context, we're talking about structures and balance points and things to actually attain goals. So this is a little bit different than what we previously talked about it. So on the path to a goal, you have three main things competing for your attention. So let's say we have a highway. You're driving a car, your structure, however, you're driving a car down a highway, and at the end of the highway is your goal. Okay, so it's three things that are competing for your attention, right? The balance point on the path to your goal. So in this model, balance points are like smaller goals that bridge into a larger goal. In previous models, we were talking about structures and balance points. It was more of a diagnostic thing, where if you have a business or something, your workers or your equipment or something like that, those are balance points in your situation. In this context, we're dealing with balance points as a bridge to a larger goal. So that's one thing that's vying for your attention. That's something that you may have planned, something that you may be shooting for. Okay, the second thing that's vying for your attention is stimulus, right? Okay, stimulus in the context of the book True Master, stimulus is something that demands your attention, right? Something that you must pay attention to. You cannot not address this without consequences. So stimulus is something that has to be addressed. All right. In this context, this is a term out of Kung Fu, right? It's called negotiation. You negotiate the energy. When you have valid stimulus, something that you have to respond to, the term that's used in that context is to negotiate, right? So that's how we arrive at transforming, nullification, and controlling the energy, because you have to do something with it because it's something that you have to address. So that's the concept of stimulus, right? Okay, noise. Noise is something that will not affect your structure. And when I say structure in this context, think of all your available resources mobilized to reach a goal. Okay, so noise is something that will not affect your structure or your intent towards your goal, whether you address it or not. So noise would constitute, you know, that show that you may want to watch. I know I'm supposed to study or something like that, but I'm gonna watch this show, or I know I'm supposed to do this business plan, but I'm gonna play on Facebook for a little minute. You know what I mean? Noise is stuff like that, stuff that whether you address it or not, it's still gonna be there, or it's irrelevant altogether to your goal. So I just want to kind of paint a picture for you on this and kind of go over a couple of terms as we kind of bridge into self to others and we get more into the goal attaining aspect of it. Thanks for watching.